In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can change your line types and your line weight and your scale factors related to those in a drawing in AutoCAD. So that is done here in the properties bar, and there's actually three main types of properties that we can change. We can change the color of a line, we can change its line weight, and its line type. So you can do this before starting a line. So I can change, for instance, I can change the color to be this red. I can change its thickness to be thicker. And I can change line type, but I'm actually going to wait to do that for a moment. And then when I go into the line tool, as I go to draw my line is now red, but one thing we may notice is that it didn't change thickness. And that's because I currently don't have it set to show line weight in my drawings. So to change that setting so I can see line weight, I'm going to click on this little, I call it a hamburger icon, these little three lines. And I'm going to check off line weight, which allows for the setting or the button related to line weight to appear down here. And then I can turn that setting on, and now we can see that this line has a different thickness compared to other lines. I can also change line weights and colors and types after the fact. So I can click on a line itself, and I can change its color. And I can also go into more colors, and I can click colors that aren't necessarily in that default list. I can choose any color I want to. I'm going to go with this nice pukey green. And I can change line weight after the fact. And then for line type, you'll notice when I click on that drop down, I only just get by layer and by block, and we'll go over layers in the next module, or continuous. Those are my only options. And that's because by default, AutoCAD only has loaded in just continuous or full lines. But we discussed from our orthographics that there are different line types that symbolize different things in drawings. So I'm going to click on Other, which will allow me to go into this menu to load in different types of lines. And I can load in things such as a center line or a hidden line. And so I'll just load in a hidden line. And now I can change this over to be a hidden line type. If nothing updates, or it looks like nothing updates, there are a few things you could try. One is to decrease your line weight, which I can see that when I changed my line weight to be smaller, I can see those dashes. The other thing would be to refresh your drawing using the command regen, like regenerate. So if I type in regen, enter, my drawing would refresh. And another thing we can do is change the line type scale. So maybe these dashes are a little bit too small for my drawing the way I want them. So if I click on the object, in the properties bar, it has here all of these same properties here, so I can change the color in this properties bar. I can change the line type. I'm going to leave it as hidden. And I can change the line type scale. So if I make the scale 2 instead of 1, those dashes get larger. Again, I can click on that and change it to 4, and the dashes will get even larger. And I can change my line weight here as well. So again, just to practice changing some of those properties, I can click on my object, or I could change them beforehand. This, I'll load in another type of line. And I'll do, what do I want to do? Let's just do dots. So I'll just do a dot line. And then I can click on my object. I can change its line type, and I could do that in either one of these places. I could change the scale. So maybe if I wanted these dots to be smaller, I can make the line type scale smaller. So I can say 0.5 and it'll make my dots closer together. I could change the color and I can change the line weight. I could do that for all of my lines. I could do that for multiple pieces that I select. So I could just window around all of these. And notice how my properties is saying that the line type varies and the line type scale varies. And that's just because one of these lines has a line type of dots and the rest are continuous. But I can just switch it so you know that they all now are hidden. And I can change it that their line type scale all is 3. So I can update all of them at once, or I could do each one individually by clicking on each one. And so that is how you can alter your properties as you work. It does have to, or different line types do have to get loaded in each time you start a new drawing. In the next module, we are going to go over how to make a template file in which you can have some of these settings automatically applied in your layers. But for now, a good way of just practicing is that you can kind of just individually tweak lines, whether it's their color or their line weight or their line type, as you need to.